This is just a short instructional on how to put a crimp plug onto rg58 or LMR 195 type cable. The plug consists of three parts: the plug body, the contact pin and the ferrule, the crimp ferrule. I'm just going to firstly prepare the cable. For this you can use a stripping tool, which I'm going to use, or you can use a knife just to strip that back. First you're just going to expose the center core so I can attach the center contact pin. So I'm going to trim back that just about 5mm, and I pop on the center pin. You can solder that in place. In this case I'm just going to crimp that in place. On some types of connectors it does make a good contact if you crimp. So you can see that's nice and secure. I'm just going to offer up the plug body just to see how much outer I'm going to need to strip back as well. I'm just going to strip back this time just the outer part of the cable and leave the braid in place. So now we'll left the braid in place there, and I'll pop on just a shrink tube in so I can shrink that down afterwards, neaten everything up, and it just aids to securing and waterproofing the connection. I'm going to slide onto the cable the crimp sleeve. I'm just going to peel back the outer braid there. This is going to form a good contact onto the crimp ferrule. I'm just going to trim that braid back just so I've not got any excess sticking out of the connector, to make it nice and neat. You can also trim back any more after you've crimped in place. That's about as much as I need to crimp against the connector. I'm going to slide the connector body into place, and you can sort of hear it just click in place there, and you can see the pins nice and located. I'm going to feed the sleeve up over the braid there. I'm going to use the larger part of the crimp that in place. You can see that's nicely crimped in place there. There's no hairies or any bits sticking out, but if there was any I could just trim those off to neaten it up. At this point I can slide the shrink tube over, and just to neaten everything up, pop that on there. That's one finished end connector crimped into place, ready to go.